Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to talk to you about embedding a website into an item in your Schoology page, or your Schoology course materials, that is. I think in another video I explained how when you hover over one of these lines you can add a material before or in the middle of or after. If you click up here on add materials, it always shows up at the end. Which you can move. The items, they're actually drag and drop. If you click on them, you can put it in a different order, but if you want it to end up here and not have to drag and drop, you just click on that and the little menu comes up. So we're going to add an assignment, in this assignment my students are going to be sent to a website to find some information. What I have found is that the way I have been embedding these websites, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and I think it depends on partially Schoology. Schoology, I think, has some limitations in what kind of websites you can embed and what kind of code they can look at, based on how the website is made. And some websites just don't they don't respond. They don't work very well with it. But so we're going to make an assignment here where my students are going to do some research. Okay. And so I have the assignment here. This is my kind of rich text editor. It has all these things in here. I can do many things. I showed you how to embed a YouTube video in here in another video. Those are all still here. When I make this assignment, I also have to pick something. I don't have any grading categories in here, so I'm just going to leave that blank. But these little dots right over here are incredibly useful. This is my workaround for getting a YouTube or a website, not a YouTube, a website into Schoology. The reason you would want to do this, and the reason I do this, is because I am too lazy to click on a link and then go to a different website. I don't like doing that. I want it to just be there, ready for me to use, and so that's why I'm going to do this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to this HTML editor, and if you're freaking out because you don't know how to code in HTML, I don't know how to code in HTML. I Googled it, and I found some workarounds. So let's say you are an English teacher and you are having your students think of things and you want to provide them with a thesaurus. But you don't want them to have to click or go somewhere. You want it to be right there for them to use. What I'm going to do is, what I've just done is I've got the website here highlighted when I copy the whole thing. I found this iframe generator. The iframe is how HTML puts a website inside of your website. So Schoology is basically your website, and you want to link to a website in that. It's like picture in picture, on those old TVs. Do they still do that on new TVs? I don't know. I don't watch TV. iframe is how you get that you'll have just a little box where the picture is. Okay. If you click the preview button to make sure that it works, that is super helpful because not all websites work, like I said. I couldn't get noaa.gov to work, and the Weather Channel, that didn't work either. But this one does. Okay. And I can type in a word and I can search for apparently I typed in these wrong. I can search for words in here and use the website like I'm on the website, but I'm not. Okay, I'm not in the website when I'm doing that. And that's how I'm going to use it in Schoology. So once I have made sure that it's actually appropriate, here's my code right here. I didn't write any of that code because I don't know how to write code. Somebody who knows how to write code wrote code to tell me how to write code. It's brilliant, okay? So I'm going to go back to my class here, this meteorology planning, and remember I went to the HTML editor. I don't have any of those bold and things right here, so I'm just going to paste in that code that website gave me. There are other websites that can do that too. It's the iframe that you want to use so that it shows up in your website. Embed code works for some other things like YouTube, but the iframe will put it in a nice little box that you'll still be able to use. Again, I already made that and created. So I'm going to hit create now. And so now my assignment is going to show up in my list of materials once it's done loading. And sometimes it's busy doing other things. Maybe I can close some of these other windows and it won't be so slow. And so now you can see that my research one is right here. It's actually got a little bit of space right here because it's adding like a line in the description, and those show up in here. So when my students click on research one, I forgot to show you some other thing. You might include some directions, and I can show you what that looks like too. I should have done that first. It's fine. So anyway, now when they click here, that website is going to pop up right here. So now they can search for a synonym for forgetful. and search for that, and they will get some synonyms for forgetful right inside your assignment. You don't have to have them go anywhere. Look at that. There's careless, distracted. That's totally me because I'm really forgetful. Now, what I forgot to tell you was that when you want to include some directions and you don't want to learn how to program HTML, which in all reality is not that hard. Not when you're just typing words. Making it do other interesting things is a little bit difficult. You can go back to this thing. So it's going to have like a box right here, just like it did when you had a video. And I'm just going to move that down and I'm going to say, use this website to make your rough draft include more high level words. Okay. And so now, interestingly enough, if you click over here, you can see the HTML code. It will include your statement, which is in a paragraph. That's the P for paragraph. And then a blank one in between. And then it still has that iframe stuff that we pasted in there before. And so now above my little website thing that I stuck in the middle, I have the instructions on what I expect my students to do. Any documents that you would attach that you want your students to use on the website would show up down here, and then you can make some comments if you really want to. But that's it. I really like embedding websites into my stuff. I do it whenever I can because I don't want students to have to do extra things to be able to use other things on the internet. So realizing though that not everything can be embedded, and that's okay. I just have to come to terms with that myself. So. All right, well, thank you for watching, and I hope this helps you make your Schoology stuff more interesting. Thank you.